Okay, here we go. Day one into, I don't even know what to call this series yet. Dribble sounds weird. Control seems weird. I don't know. Anyway, we'll figure it out. But we are starting our dribble training challenge. 30 days starting now. I hope you're ready for some chill, good vibes, and some training. So today, we're just going to start off as one always does, with warming up. And then after that, we are going to be starting the dribble training. So feel free to get warmed up with me. Skip ahead if you're into that sort of thing. We're going to start with the most basic forms of dribbling that there are. And we're going to slowly work our way up. That way you can build a better training regimen for yourself. That way you can get more comfortable with dribbles and so on and so forth. But I'd like to start the day warming up. But if you're already warm, feel free to do so. I think I'm only ever going to really spend 5 minutes at most doing this. Because, I mean, you don't really need to warm up for too much longer than that. So that's kind of where we're going to be staying, is within that time frame. So just so you know. But today we're going to work with not even getting the car on top of our ball yet, because that's a little too advanced for the basics. The reason you do want to get good at dribbling anyway is going to be so you can control the ball and get better setups, ultimately, right? Anyway, drop your favorite comment down below. Let me know your favorite dribbling techniques and ways to train it, and just tell me what you do, because I'm curious to see what you do, how you train, and let me know down in the comments what you'd like to see from the series as well. Give me some ideas for the future videos. I already have like 30 ideas written out, but those are always subject to change. There won't be a training pack or anything today, just so you guys know. But let's do this, shall we? So, the easiest place to start from dribbling is just going to be following the speed of the ball. You don't even need to hit the ball. Learning to follow the speed of the ball is like one of the most underrated mechanics or game sense, whatever you want to call it, but just being able to drive alongside the ball here and not drive past it is going to kind of get you used to this tapping motion that you see on my controller overlay. So just make sure you can kind of control the ball a little bit and touch it in a direction, and then just try and kind of get used to following the speed like me here. It's also good to note that you should be able to, before you start this training challenge, be able to roughly control the ball, just like hitting it in one direction and then turning around and trying to hit it to the left. This is just really basic ground control with the ball. You want to make sure you can turn properly and hit the ball and kind of control it. Some good ways to start getting good at this kind of training is just letting the ball be on the ground in front of you, and then just work on getting light touches that you can follow up and just kind of hit the ball around the field. Just slowly keeping control. Really focus on not hitting it too hard. You don't even have to boost. I'm not even boosting yet. It's a lot easier to start on and work on a mechanic if you start at the slowest possible speed. Maybe drive around the ball, turn around if you can, and get a little tap, and just start trying to control it forward, and then take it back away the other way. Because you want to be able to control the ball going clockwise and counterclockwise. Just like so here. And if it's getting too hard for you, maybe you want to try and control it in between these little boost pads. Just make sure you're focusing on getting good touches. For any of the advanced players, if this is too easy for you, you know how to make dribbling a little bit harder for yourself. Feel free to follow along. You can practice your cuts. You can practice actually dribbling the ball in the car if you want. But I trust that my more experienced players will know how to make this training more difficult. But just work on getting controlled touches, following the speed of the ball like so, and just kind of controlling it with intent. Even little bounce dribbles like this are good to practice. Just whatever you can do to start expediting the process of you understanding the ball how it moves, and making sure you're getting good controlled touches, because you don't want to just boost into the ball. You don't need to boost into it a bunch, because then you're just going to lose possession and you're not going to be able to control it. So just work on right now just getting touches you mean to, maybe even just following right beside it, maybe hitting it to the side a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Today is really just understanding the basics, the fundamentals. Once you think you're pretty comfortable with just like this kind of control, work on maybe getting it to a stop and slowing it down, and then getting a turn. Once you're good at following the speed like this, you can start cutting into it, and the ball will just pop up, and you can try and catch it. One of the most common ways to start up a dribble is like this, where you kind of have the ball going in one direction like so, and you turn into it. The ball will just kind of come on top of your car like that. And it's important to practice this setup, because you're going to be using this one most. You're not always going to be able to have the ball just on top of your car like this. Sorry, I hope I remember to cut that out. Anyway, just keep practicing on hitting the ball how you mean to. Maybe hitting it to the left here. Maybe hitting it to the right. And then work on trying to get a catch. You don't even have to hold it for a long time. Just get the ball up and on top of your car. If you're following the speed properly, you should be able to just kind of keep turning left, tapping accelerate, and get control. I don't even recommend really using boost at this point, because once you start boosting, things get a lot harder, and you have to then compensate for what you're doing with boost, and it's just kind of, it gets messy. So for now, just work on the ground. Every now and again you might have to tap brake, but be kind of hesitant with that, because the ball can kind of get ahead of you. So I don't really use it too often. Very rarely do I use it. Like maybe if I need to like slow my car down, I will, but you shouldn't do it too often, because that ball is just gonna like fly right off the front of your car. Anyway, now that you've kind of have a rough understanding, maybe, and a little bit better control, I'd say start just trying to dribble this without even carrying it yet. Just like in a circle within this little circle here, or these little boost circle pads. It just kind of gets you used to getting like small touches and not going too fast away from the ball. And again, make sure you practice this from both sides, so clockwise and counterclockwise. You want to be very comfortable just like turning in and getting controlled dribbles like this. We'll probably cover more setups later on in the series, but the most basic one that you want to start kind of trying every now and again is just this drive along the side of it, like so. When I get this set up, sometimes I'll tap reverse. I don't know if you saw there, but check out the controller overlay and you'll see what I mean. So I hit it one direction, and just kind of try and get a pop on it. A few other common ways to do this is to get a little pop like this, and make sure you're comfortable toggling ball cam, because you don't really want ball cam on when you go for a dribble. And I really feather the throttle here. I'm not really holding it down the whole time. We'll get more into that once we get into speeding up the ball, things like that. For now, you really just want to be able to control this in one direction so you can get your little pop set up. Just keep dribbling the ball around the field. If you're not getting the best touches, just don't worry about it. Stay calm. And just do your best to get as many controlling touches as you can, moving the ball around the field. This is just going to get you used to how the ball moves. It's going to get you used to how your car moves. And it's just really the baseline of what you need to do here. Maybe try and cut the ball in between some boost pads. Maybe work on slowing it down and coming around the other way. I would assume that coming into a training challenge like this, you'd kind of know some of the stuff with training, or with dribbling, so you'll have a general understanding of it, but hopefully everyone starting here will have at least a little bit of general control. Don't forget to keep practicing on following the speed of the ball. Just work on driving beside it like here. Following the speed of the ball is something that is going to translate into every facet of your gameplay, whether it be dribbling, air dribbling, flip resets, defending, shadowing. You really want to be able to follow the speed of not only the ball, but the play that you're currently in. You just want to be comfortable being at different speeds, maybe try a little bit faster. But you wanna be able to just really match the speed of this ball. Pretend like you're trying to keep your car exactly center with the ball as you're driving with it. Maybe try and get on top of your car every now and again. You don't have to carry it as long as I do. I've been dribbling for a long time. Just work on following the speed. That's all we're really doing today. And then practice just kind of following the ball around like this and trying to keep it up on this railing. Tomorrow, we'll probably have a training pack, and I bet there will probably be this in that training pack. So don't worry if this is too hard right now. We'll have more time to work on it tomorrow. This is just really the baseline of being able to follow the ball and making sure you can follow the speed. This should be really easy for you by the time you want to start actually worrying about getting the ball on top of your car. If you guys ever have any questions or anything, you can join my Discord. There will be a link in the description. My DMs are almost always open, and I'm pretty much almost always on Discord and available to answer questions within the day. So feel free to hit me up there, and you can also post your clips of some nice dribbles you're hitting in ranked games. This episode will probably be shorter, as these kinds of things are going to be easier to work on and easier to progress. The videos will probably get a little bit longer as the series goes on because we'll be working on more and more advanced stuff. If you have any tips, anything you want to see from this series, let me know down in the comments. Make sure you hit the like button because then I'll know if you guys are enjoying the series. But just keep practicing dribbling the ball around like this. And if you can't do this and you can't carry it all the way around without dropping it, then it's time for you to keep on trying and keep on training it. And don't be frustrated if you can't get it the first few times. I remember this took me probably, I want to say like 4 days to really start mastering this control of just slowly dribbling it along the wall like this. Everyone's got to start somewhere, and that's totally fine. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. That's going to be the first day in our 30-day journey, and I really am looking forward to that. I'll see you guys around. Happy training. Happy grinding. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.